shut up for a minute? We gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas tonight.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Good morning and welcome back, subscribers. And everybody that's stopping by for the first time, hey, welcome to you guys too. If you're finding this information or kind of want to follow along with my madness as I go ahead and playing with real money on a very low level and eventually building my way up into higher tiers, trying the best I can to maintain my starting bankroll, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you guys can get notifications. You guys know how the game plays, so if you guys want to follow along, go ahead and do that. Made a little bit of money playing a little bit of craps as I did yesterday. I started off with 153, now I'm up to 170. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and start over, and that's going to be our starting point, 170 bucks. And I've been looking at the board for the past minute, and it's kind of choppy, it's kind of jumping around. And when I mean choppy, it means when I'm looking at a certain 12, instead of it settling specifically on one side of the board, it is fluctuating back and forth. So with that in mind, I'm going to start with, and I was going to actually bet this way before I started. As you can see here, the numbers are showing more in the middle section. I'm sorry, the first 12, the second 12, and of course we had the 36 over here, and we got confirmation that that 33, which is within that same line, actually hit. Now, does that mean these numbers can hit? Yeah, it means they can, but what I'm trying to do here is, if I'm playing the 5 lines, as you'll see, I only have 2 of these lines, or 1 of these lines covered, therefore 50% of that 12. Basically, my attempt in doing this is trying to increase the percentage of that 50% by trying to choose which side to go ahead and place that bet on. And so far I've been pretty successful. Wait, where's my bet? Oh, maybe if I select it. Wait, it's not letting me. What's going on here? Not enough funds. What are you talking about? Wait, I had 169. You guys just saw it. What the heck is going on here? Panic mode kicks in. I'm glad I have this recorded so I can show them. What is going on here? Was I timed out? Perhaps that was the case. Perhaps it was timed out. Oh, come on. What? Now it's not working. Okay, as I sit here in panic with you guys watching, you can see I'm trying to click it. Let me go ahead and pause it and figure this thing out. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, I guess I was timed out at that perfect opportune moment for them to do that and to freak me out and give me a near heart attack at the age of 50. See, we'd mentioned before I was going to bet on that line. We have the 33-34 that's kicked in. I'm going to go ahead and start off my betting right there in hopes that little trend is going to continue. And I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, and again, I've been very lucky, if you've watched my other videos, in choosing which side of that 12 that's going to have, of course, 50% covered. Just by following the patterns of the numbers, in case you're new to this. And that's pretty much the madness behind my thoughts. And we're starting off here. And we're going to get the number. Come on, wheel. Come on. 11. Yeah, there we go, guys. And I win my 30 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and regress back down to my ones. And I'm going to set these puppies up again. And I've got 1. I have 2. I have 3. And 5. And I only had to use one hand to count. Hope you guys are having a good morning. I have my cup of coffee. I have my unfortunate part of my bad habit, which is cigarettes next to me. And more importantly, I have you guys hanging out, watching me play, joining me as you're looking over my shoulder and having fun along with it. But yeah, you can see I'm only playing at the very low level, and you could just get an idea of how well I'd be playing if I were, of course, using different denominations. And when I mean that by saying there's going to be a time when I get to a certain bankroll, that certain part of my bankroll, that I'm going to increase my bets. Because with me, I like the challenge of sitting back and trying to start with the lowest bankroll and then slowly building it up. And instead of blowing through a whole bankroll, because I am originally started with 144 between my craps and roulette, I like trying to start off slowly. You know, I tell people, look, you need to have 3 times of your starting session bankroll in order to gamble at any game. That's kind of my rule, is 3 times, and that's pretty standard for anybody. But with this being that I'm playing between craps and roulette, I'm happy to have that. But you know what? These small bets don't matter. Because eventually it's going to build up. In the back of my mind, I just think to myself, hey, you know what? Imagine if this was the next tier up, which is the 2 or the 10. Or the next level above that is going to be the 5 and 25 level. So when I get to the 5 and 25 level, that's really doing pretty well and making that money in a quicker period of time. So that's in the back of my mind. When I like to go to a casino and I have a larger bankroll, of course, what I do, I like playing with the 10 and 50s level. Because you know what? You hit this for 7 times, boom, you get on, you get off, that's an easy $70. Game is done, you head to another table, you head to another casino, and you do it all over again. And that's kind of the thought of my madness. That's how I like to gamble, is I like variety. I don't like sticking around because I don't like pushing my luck. So you can see those numbers have shifted now, perhaps to this 12. So I'm going to go ahead and reevaluate and figure out where I'm going to put my other bets. I do show a 7 and 11 that are coming up. So, of course, that would be this line. So I think my next bet that I'm going to do, and I'm going to wait a roll. I don't know if I have enough time. I'm trying to figure out this interface. I do like it a lot better than the first time I played, because the numbers are large enough. You guys can see it. I can see it with my bad vision, and of course the board is nice, so that's a nice change. I did have some problems yesterday with the craps layout, which I hate the simulator, but that's the only option that I get, because I don't know if they do live craps. I don't know how they could possibly do that, but it was glitchy and it wouldn't work. So I tried different browsers, and I pulled up Safari, and it was working in Safari quite well. So that's the madness. I said the 7 and the 10 line. And of course, that number pops up. So that kind of gives me confirmation that I should try to go on this side and give it a good shot and hope everything fires up and works out. But again, yeah, we have 80% of the board covered right now. And my whole objective is just to try to minimize or maximize the percentage of success within this 112, to increase it from, of course, like I said earlier, the 50% up to perhaps 75, which is kind of how I'm thinking it's working based on my past play in playing this way. So we had the 7, we had the 7 over there, we had the 11, and we also had the 9 within that line. So I'm just going to kind of zero in on there and give it good hopes that that lower number does not pop up. But I'm pretty confident, as you can see, that that was going to be okay. Gives me a nice recovery. So at this point, I'm going to regress all the way back down. Boy. Sometimes it works quick and sometimes it says, I'm going to take my time. And here it comes. We've got a ball rolling. Come on, give me that. Give it to me. Come on, guys. Ah. There it goes. Oh, yes, we've got their 8 covered. So we kind of narrowed that one down to the right line. So as you can see, if you're new, it does kind of drop for some whatever strange reason. It seems to follow a pattern within that certain 12 and that line chosen within that 12. And it normally works out pretty good. So I'm going to bring this to a quick close. I know I have only made $6 or so, but I want to try to keep these videos at 10 minutes for everybody and to reduce the chances of everything going south. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a goodbye by saying Choktikap. That means best of luck to you guys in Thai. And Miwantidikap, which means, hey, have a great day also in Thai. You guys take it easy now.